Hi, I'm Debbie, and welcome to Divine Destiny with Debbie. Today we're reading for October 31st, November 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, Monday through Thursday. Now, I am going to be using my Radley Valentine decks. I will use my Archangel Power Tarot cards for the main reading. I will pull one from my Guardian Angel cards. I will also pull one from my Inspirational Wisdom from Angels and Fairies, written by Frances Monroe and artwork by Judy Mastrangelo. And I will also pull one from my Emily Anderson crystal deck. Now, this is the introduction. This is the introduction for all of the videos. And then if you want to bypass this introduction for anyone that's new, or if you cross-watch, then write down around there in the description. In the description, it'll say something like, if you want to cross-watch, go here. Will be a timestamp, and you can then just bypass the introduction. Okay, so what we're going to do, though, for the introduction, we are going to do a reading with my Waite Rider tarot cards, the traditional, and my Osha Zen tarot card. Now, I have prayed, meditated, and infused all decks with Reiki energy, but just remember, this is a general reading. It may or may not resonate. Take what you like, leave the rest. I am an intuitive channeler. I open myself to God, Source, Holy Spirit, and just ask for whatever needs to come through, Okay? Now, I generally do talk a little bit about what's going on in the stars and the planetary movements. We are in Scorpio season. Mars has just gone retrograde on the 30th of October, but it's still in a very slow motion right now. It is in Gemini, so that's very intellectual. A lot of things coming up. Gemini is very curious energy here, air energy, thinking through things, hearing news, making some plans, okay? And Mars, which is associated with Scorpio season, very powerful warrior energy, very Aries, Mars, Aries, very, Greek, Roman mythology, whichever one you want to choose. So very much the god of war. Okay, so it's right now, it's just standing there, and it will be moving, like I said, retrograde. And it's a little bit of an odd retrograde right now because retrograde season is just about over, where planets should be going more direct, and here Mars does something a little bit different. Okay, on the 31st, November 1st and 2nd, we have Samhain, we have Halloween, we have All Saints Day and All Souls Day. So this is a time when people can feel that the veil between this world and the other, the natural and the supernatural, is very, very thin. So we can, have people, thoughts, dimensional transferences. It's all very interesting. Now, I really feel, because now we are in, last new moon, Scorpio, was a semi-eclipse, semi-solar eclipse. But then the next full moon, Taurus, on the 8th, will be a full lunar eclipse. It just seems like, and I'm going to post on my website the dates. I really haven't done any analysis just yet. I kind of know it and see it in my mind. But it just seems, I would say, from the November 5th through the 11th, the planets seem very, very intense. Now, we're very intense right now, but there's not a lot of movement right now. So it's just kind of like we're all feeling this watch and wait. What's going to happen? Oh my gosh, can you feel it? Can you feel it? Can you feel it? And then, like I said, on the 5th through the 11th, there's this like poking at the bear type of energy, or poking at the bull, whichever we want to say, poking at the phoenix type of energy. Intense energy. So we'll talk a little bit more about that next time, in our next readings. Okay? Okay, so let's go ahead and see what we have. I'll do the dealer shuffle with our cards. Higher power. What would you like people to know? What's going to be going on from Monday through Thursday? What is going to be happening here? Or what kind of energies, should we say, is going to be? Again, very intense, very between the veils. Keep your vibrations high. Try some new things. New things do help you to change up your routine a little bit. It does help you to keep your vibrations on the higher side, and that's what we are called to do. We are called to be, should we choose, we are called to be the light workers, the star seeds, and indigo, crystal, a lot of different names for this type of time of our lives. But we need to choose, and it is a choice. Everything's a choice. We need to choose to keep our vibrations elevated, to keep, to keep our focus more on the light energy. Okay, let's see what we've got here. 1, 2, and 3. 3 cards are face down. Anything reversed has a little stronger energy. Court cards have dual energy, so just kind of know that when I talk about that. So here we go. First card is the Magician. Anything can happen. We have more power than we think. As in heaven, so on earth. This is a major arcana energy, major arcana card. This is a 1, new beginning. It's the first step of the Fool's energy, the Fool's journey. And this is where, and the Fool is that 0 energy, 0 card, and where you have to just have faith. But the first person he meets is the Magician on his journey. And the Magician says, you've got more power than you actually think. Okay? You do need to connect with the heavens, your source, God, Holy Spirit, whoever that is for you, whatever that is that you call source. But, like I said, this is about what, as in heaven, so on earth. You have more power than you definitely think. We need to, during this time, I always say prayer, meditation, talking out loud, very strong, very powerful ways to make things happen. There's also other ways too, but you have to kind of look that up a little bit more yourself. So Magician energy, we do have the air, we have the air energy, we have the water energy, we have the earth energy, we do have the fire energy also. So it's pulling all the energies of the earth, fire being our Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, air being our Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini, earth being our Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo, and water being our Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer energy. So it does take it all together. It does integrate it all together, and it says for us to use that energy. Now we have the infinity sign that that we can't even. The infinity sign is the Magician with the infinity sign is basically saying the only limitations we have are the ones we put upon ourselves. So interesting with that one. Next card is, so now we have that Ace of Swords. Sword energy, again, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, thought processes, making plans, thinking things through. Also, it is hearing news. So the Ace of Swords, Ace is a 1, new beginning, numbers, again, 1 energy here. This does have an interesting, the hand coming from the clouds. There is a divine energy there. There is a divine message here. There is a divine new process, new thinking. I've talked, if you've been following me, I know I talk so much about that Saturn in Aquarius energy going on. And then we have the Mars in Gemini energy going on. So there's a lot of this air energy. There's a lot of this push-pull. There's a lot of revelation type of energies, new thoughts, new ways of thinking type of energy. So whatever it is, and part of that could go back to the Magician. It could even say that the world is going to be seeing a new way of thinking. But again, the world needs to know that we have more power, more influence than we even think. Okay, so new thoughts, new ideas, new challenges. So the Ace of Swords does bring challenges with it. Your next card is the Hermit. This is reversed. This is a 9. 9 has, you have everything. Let's wrap it up. The Hermit steps back. The Hermit spends time, by himself, herself. The Hermit connects with his higher power, her higher power. The Hermit not necessarily. If you look at the hermit's looking down, and yet there is the lantern showing his way. But he's not looking ahead. He's actually looking where he's at now. But like I said, but he does have his light. He does have his way. There is some illumination, but he must be in the dark in order for him to have his lantern. So right now he doesn't really know everything. He doesn't know all, but he has to, that's why he steps away from the drama of others. That's the way he doesn't necessarily, he needs to find his own path, and he does that through meditation, connecting, prayer. But a couple of things, he's looking down. What is this? Is this water? Is this snow? Not quite sure, but there is the ground is not necessarily smooth for him. He does have his staff, which will help him in his direction also, kind of test the footing, test his footing. But he does have his light, and his light does help to show him. But it's not like a big bright light. It's not like the sun energy. So he's still in the dark. He still knows that he has to have that connection. And if you, the connection between the two of these and the other cards in my Radley Valentine, these are both Archangel Raziel. So that in itself I find, very interesting. Both, again, connecting with higher power. So this is a week to really connect with higher power, have a little more confidence, but at the same time know that your journey is, it's almost like your journey is kind of set, okay? But do you choose to take that path? Okay, let's see what we have with our Osha Zen Tarot cards. So the other ones, like I just mentioned, fire energy, rod energy, that again, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, it's passionate, it's very burning, very determined energy. We have our Earth Pentacles energy, which is again Virgo, Capricorn, and Taurus. That's our money, job, career, tangible energy. And then of course we have the water energy, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, and that is our fluid, emotional energy, very spiritual energy too. So now I was talking about the court cards. So the page's underlying energy is our earth. The knight's underlying energy is our fire. The queen's underlying energy is our water. And the king's underlying energy is our sword. So, or our air energy. So whatever this stuff is, whatever this new idea, new challenge is, there's a very strong connection that we may not necessarily like what we're seeing or hearing, or we might not understand it. Again, connect with higher power, whether to be bold or whether to, be a little, I'm not going to say, that the hermit is not necessarily bold, but the hermit, like I said, is not following everyone's path. Okay, let's see what we have, Osha Zen Tarot. What do we have for this week? Traveling. Remember, I'm talking about some pathways here. Now, this is an 8. I mentioned kind of the infinity sign. So if you look at the 8 like that, infinity, but it is basically it's unlimited opportunities, unlimited possibilities. The path here is not, now there's a little person there, I think there. The path is not necessarily easy. The path is not necessarily lit. The path seems very cloudy in many points. Again, needing the staff of the, to help you find your footing, needing the light. But at the end of the path is the sun. At the end of the path is the light. But it's not necessarily an easy path for, So next week, energy is not necessarily easy, but we do have a lot of higher power energy here. It does open up a lot of new ways of thinking about things, and a lot of new ways of seeing things too. It's just the path, and it does look like the path is on the longer side. It's a little windy. It's going through the fog. It's going, you really can't see where you're going. And so a lot of it will be, going and doing by trust. Okay. Let me know what this is. I am feeling better. Not totally 100%, but I've been reading the comments and I will be answering them. I think I'm going to be doing better this weekend. So my goal is to start answering your comments this weekend. Please, and I love that. So thank you. So please take a moment, because I'm a smaller channel and this month has been all wiggly waggly type of things. Please, please, please take a moment to like, share, subscribe. Click on the bell for notifications. You don't know, it really helps channels like mine. Missing even one, it just throws out the whole algorithm. But why don't we go on and start our readings now? Hello, my Tauruses. Are we getting ready for your full moon? It's going to be very intense. And I do feel like it's just one of those times. I see that Taurus bull just, breaking through what a lot of commercials are coming up where I see that bull breaking through the glassware, breaking through the walls, just breaking through. So I don't know. What does that all mean? I don't know. But just as I'm seeing your bull. It's like, ah. Let's see. Higher power, what do we have coming up this week for our Tauruses? Remember, my psychic Tauruses, you may be given, I do feel that there's many of you that will be having visions, that will be having spiritual encounters. Let me know what they're about and write them down. Write them down. I've had a couple of people come to me in my dreams that have passed, and my sister always gets mad at me because my first question, I've had it with the one all the time, my first question are, you still dead? And then they're like, yep, I'm still dead. And then my second one is, am I dead? No, you're not dead. And they start laughing, actually. My sister, who sees lots of people from the other side, Libra, she's like, you don't ask that. You ask them, what's the message? I'm like, well, I just want to know. Anyway, let's see. So what I'm telling you, my Taurus, is if they are seeing this, don't ask those questions. Ask, what is the message? What is the message, please? Anyway, my Taurus's first card. We've been having a lot of reversed cards for these readings, so lots of energy here. First card for you is that Four of Raphael, Four of Cups, for stability, organization, leadership, but Raphael is water energy. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. We're in, Pisces and Scorpio, big players now. We're in Scorpio right now. Secrets being revealed also. But this Four of Raphael comes up for you every so often, if I'm remembering correctly. And that Four of Raphael, it's one of those ones that just makes me kind of crazy periodically. It's like, we're just waiting. I'm just waiting. I am so tired of waiting. And it's that in-between stage. It's that feral stage, my mom used to read for me, or she'd not want to read for me. And she'd go, you're in a feral stage. You're waiting. I just hate waiting. So, my wonderful Tauruses, you're waiting. But, I do get that. I keep seeing that bull just really just really very determined, not a crazy bull, not foaming at the mouth, nutty type of bull. I just see that bull just running and just breaking through things. And your full moon is coming up, so yeah. Waxing moon, as it gets bigger, start requesting. So while you're waiting, the one thing you can be doing is you can be requesting. Anyway, seek out other possibilities. Look for the magic in life. Be aware of your own emotions. And that is very important. And I've talked about this, is about if you're putting out the positive vibes, if you're putting out the I'm expecting something wonderful, expect a miracle vibes, then believe it or not, and I hope you believe it, these things happen. Okay? I have had it where nothing in my bank account, I've told you, I've had it where my mortgage payment, didn't know how I was going to pay it. The money came in. Nothing in my bank account, got a job. So there are times and there are opportunities for miracles. So while you're in this waiting period, this fallow period, keep expecting those miracles to happen. Anyway, next card, and maybe this will be it. Next card, reversed again, the Queen of Raphael. So the Queen is underlying energy is that water energy. Raphael, water energy again. It's very loving, very caring, very, very spiritual energy too. Okay, so it's water energy. And now my earth, that might not be too bad for an earth energy, because if you can have that really nice balance, then one doesn't overwhelm the other. You have a balance where there's really good between earth and water, where there's good fertile ground to grow upon. The only thing is, if you start leaning too much into that water energy, that's where you start thinking that, things can't happen, that nothing's going to happen, things are going to stay, it's where you start to, kind of, not feel that positive about that future. Okay. Again, you live in the past, or you think too much in the past, it's prone to depression. Too much into the future, you spend too much time worrying about your future, you're prone for anxiety. That's why you need to stay present. Now, the Queen of Raphael is very loving, is very caring, is very nurturing, if allowed to be. If too much energy is put into her, she can be very controlling. She can be very manipulative. She can be very, controlling, but she can just be annoying. Okay, so you really have to have a better balance with this Queen. You want to bring out that positive side of her. You want to bring out the nurturing and the loving side. You don't want to bring out the witchy side in her, even if we have Halloween coming on. You want to bring out the positive aspects, but it's always a choice. We always have choices. So the Queen of Raphael can be kind, understanding, giving, psychic. The Queen of Raphael also says for you to follow your heart, a love of home and family, trustworthy psychic information. So there's, again, a lot of psychic information here. Again, my Tauruses, you have a lot of psychic inclinations, so you need to, and this is a good time. Like I said, this is a good time for you to, to utilize that. Like I said, I think that there's going to be a lot of Tauruses out there that are going to be maybe seeing somebody from across that veil, maybe somebody in a different dimensions. I mean, there's so many things out there, possibilities out there. Some people talk about different timelines, different dimensions, different, just different realities going on too. We don't know, but we're doing the best we can with what we have right now. But this is a really good time. And again, what is the message? What am I supposed to learn? What do I need to do? What do you want to hear? What is it? Now, try to be very, try to write it down factually as much as you can. It's very hard because so many times we put our own wants into what is heard. Okay, but very spiritual. Like I said, waiting. How are you handling that? Very kind energy, loving energy, but it can also be very suffocating energy. So just be aware of that. Next card, reversed. The Eight of Ariel. Now that's a good energy. That's a good counter for you. Okay? The Eight is unlimited opportunities, unlimited possibilities. Air is your energy. It is your earth energy. Capricorn and Taurus and Virgo. So, and Taurus and Capricorn are very strong energies right now. So you've got a really good balance between that Pisces and that Scorpio energy. You've got a good balance with that. Now the Queen, she might, like I said, she could go either way. So you have to watch that tendency in yourself. Okay, so you have to watch whether whether it's nurturing or whether it's obsessing. Just watch that. So the Eight of Ariel, basically, well, that follows that Seven of Earth that says you're ready, you've got everything you need, be patient. The Eight of Ariel starts the action off. The Eight of Ariel starts the movement. The Eight of Ariel starts you doing something more. Okay? So we're starting from this, I'm waiting, to this, okay, you got to figure out which piece are you nurturing, but then it's all of a sudden, well, I shouldn't say all of a sudden, it's now things are starting to move. Things are starting to play. Things are starting to take action in the real world. This is, Ariel to me, Earth energy is the real world. So, 8 of Ariel says, take great pride in your excellent work. Practice makes perfect. So, the thing about while you're waiting, keep moving, keep practicing, because that's the thing, so like if you were a violinist, if you were someone that played a musical instrument and you're like, well, I'm waiting, and you haven't picked it up in a month or two, ooh, shame on you about that one. Anyway, practice makes perfect. Consider getting additional education or training. And normally that one's kind of like, okay, yeah, great. But that is popping, because if you were to get, whether or not you pay for it or not, I'm not saying, but the additional education or training, I feel like that could actually make connections for you. So maybe even just going and saying, hey, I'm thinking about, again, I'm using the instrument. I'm thinking of, getting some lessons or something like that, and it might give you, it might bring up new opportunities for you. Okay, so I do think that that's not necessarily a throwaway statement with that one. Okay, so how are you handling it, my Tauruses? That Queen of Raphael is, hopeful. Things are happening, or anyway. Let's see, guardian angels. What else do you want to tell? What about the energies for our Tauruses? I still see that bull rushing and moving forward. And we have, okay, so now this is the High Priestess in the Major Arcana. We have a 2. So we have a 4, 8, 2, 2, 8, 4. 2s are crossroads choices, making some decisions here too. This is the High Priestess. This is very intuitive energy here. This is connecting with your higher power and connecting possibly also with that part of you that maybe you don't connect enough with. Anyway, go within. Yes, you are a very intuitive person, and there are many wonderful insights that lie waiting inside you. Take time to be quiet and reflect upon the desires of your heart through meditation or prayer. There's no need to take action right now. Be patient with yourself. Ooh, that kind of goes with that 4 of Raphael. But again, there is, like you said, like she said, no need to take action. Be patient with yourself. But what I'm trying to say is do not lose your abilities already. If you're a musician, keep playing your music. Okay. Let's see. I'm using that as an example, but you need to play, you need to practice every day. You need to do the things you need to do. If you are somebody that works with computers, practice. Keep your skills. Keep your skills current. How's that? Okay. Inspirational wisdom from angels and fairies. I've actually liked these cards, these little add-ons that I've done. I really do. Sometimes they're just so spot on, and sometimes, they're just so encouraging. Let's see. What do we have here for my Tauruses? My Tauruses, here we go. Okay, guardian angel of winter. Your time is often taken up with problems that belong to others. Is that true? Use your wisdom and the angelic energy to prioritize your own needs. How's that? Is that true, my Tauruses? Are you taking care of everyone else that you're just not taking care of your own business? Okay, let's see what we've got. What crystal or energy for my Tauruses that we have here. Take care of you. Like I said, practice, practice, practice. Anyway, here we are. And like I said, when people come around, what is the message? What is the message? Clear quartz. I love clear quartz. This is it's almost like it's a little programmable quartz. Anyway, psychic abilities, enhanced intuition, mental clarity, magnified energy. So my Tauruses, please let me know. Let me know if somebody comes visiting or not visiting. Let me know how this resonates for you. Comment below, like, share, subscribe, click on the bell for notifications. As always, though, my Tauruses, always know you are loved. Stay shining and be blessed. Bye-bye.